Somebody added onion to my Agedashi tofu, so let's see how this goes. It'll be good, it smells good, but makes me wonder what made the chef do that. I can also appreciate how they poked holes so that it vents out and these don't end up soggy. Wonderful. Tofu is such a strange and interesting food item. It's literally a sponge. It feels like what I imagine you placing a wet sponge in your mouth to be like. Or rather, I should say damp, because if it's wet, that means if I bite down on it, water will gush out. And when you bite down on tofu, it doesn't really bleed out like that unless you're having the inari. Now that tends to definitely bleed out when you bite down on it. That's actually what I really wanted, but it's on the other side of town and I didn't want to do all that. If you're not a soy boy, I feel bad for you, because in my opinion, you're missing out on some good stuff. Well, with the cold weather officially here, I can say that I'm excited about going back to car vlogs, especially food reviews, because when I'm here, eating in my car is something I have done since forever. I remember telling myself I'm never gonna do that because if I make a mess, I'm not sure how to react to it. I'm not gonna have supplies and tools, and time is of the essence. And if I make a mess, then I have to stress out and it'll be more likely for me to miss a spot. It'll get moldy, damaged, this and that. But I'm like, no, I know how to eat. I know how to eat without making messes. Where's my insecurity coming from? When I'm eating, I'm parked. And if I'm eating when driving, which is extremely rare, it's something simple like fries. You don't have to look into the bag and look at what you're doing to eat fries. It's basic. But the temperature outside can really be an influence and make this suck a little bit. I also find this to be an extremely therapeutic exercise because I don't normally comment on food as I'm eating it, because I'm usually by myself. And when I am with somebody, I can describe it about as detailed as I describe things on videos, but something about talking to myself about it and then sharing it with people I would otherwise never share it with is special, because you guys, I have said this before, but over the years, you have left me with comments that have made me try stuff that I otherwise wouldn't have tried. And I was even able to pick up on some of my behaviors when eating that I wasn't aware of until I started observing myself, revisiting places, looking at their menus and being like, all these years I'd never considered ordering this thing. Now that my taste has evolved and I know exactly what I like and don't like, everything feels more familiar. Let me see how this goes. Some have been disappointing, but most have been good experiences. It's interesting how in the present day, I'm eating tofu. I'm trying to remember my first experience with tofu. As a kid and as a teen, I never had it. It's not something we grew up with. And I'm sure that it's not something mom ever messed with. And I noticed that she began to buy tofu within the past year. And I think she started doing that from observing me eating and talking about tofu. The onion / scallion pieces, they're not really tremendously adding to it, but they're not really taking anything away from it. So I'm indifferent, we could say, about its presence. I think it also helps or doesn't help that there isn't a lot. So, well, that was good. I like it when I get to eat exactly what I was craving. It turns out good. Like, made the good call. Simple. I still am gonna go home and cook what I have. I'm gonna make some more mushrooms and I should make some eggs, but I think now that I ate this, that might be a little too much. And there's this salad that I need to make sure I eat no later than today, only because the expiry date on it is the 15th, and usually salad starts going bad like 3 days before that expiration date, so I think I'm pushing it.